Hello and welcome, my name's Ryan, I'm also known as RM2KDev. In this tutorial we're going to go over how a DS stack works and how to use it. But first, this video has been live now for some time on my Patreon page, that's patreon.com/RM2KDev. So a special thank you is in order for those supporting RM2KDev over there. If you're interested in helping fund the creation of more content like this, then please consider donating a few dollars to help pay for the expenses that go into content creation, such as the video editing tools, Photoshop, engine licenses, time, and things of that nature. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and also subscribe to the channel. With that said, let's get started. So a DS stack is essentially a last in, first out data structure, as it says in the Game Maker manual here. Something you can use to relate to this to the real world is, say, a deck of cards. So you place the deck of cards down on the table. Now the first card on the top of the stack that you take off is going to be the last card that was placed into the deck of cards. So you consider adding cards to this stack of cards. The last card that you place down onto the stack is going to be the first card that someone else takes off. That's essentially a last in, first out data structure. GameMaker has their own example for this using coins. It's essentially a stack of coins on the table, and each time you add a coin to the stack, the first coin that you take off is going to be the one that's on the top. So let's get started creating our DS stack. So I've got a basic project set up here. It's again the DS tester project. I've got a create event, a destroy event, a left released, and a draw, and I'll show you what the left release is for in a second. So let's go into our create event, and first of all we need to create a DS stack. So as with the other DS functions, we need to say to GameMaker, hey, I need a space in memory for this stack. So I'm going to say my_stack equals DS_stack, and this is going to be stack create. The next thing we need to do is add some data to our stack. Now this is again the same as what we were doing with our DS lists and our DS maps and DS queues and things like that. We're basically going to add some test data into our stack. So I'm just going to use some playing card examples here. So I'm going to say DS stack, it's going to be DS stack push. The ID of the stack is going to be my stack, and the value I'm going to push is just going to say 13. It's not even real. So I'm going to say 1 hearts for now. There we go. I'm going to say 7 clubs. So these are just playing cards, by the way. Clubs, and I'm going to say queen, and that's going to be Queen of Hearts. That's fine. I'll leave it like that. So we've got 3 cards in our stack. Now you could go through and add the entire deck of cards if you wanted to do this. Some nice functions we get using a stack. If I just go back to the Game Maker manual and show you, we have the DS stack top function, which is going to take the first value, which is on the top of the stack. It won't pop the value off, which means that you can read it, which is quite nice. We also have the ability to write a stack out, so you can essentially save a stack. You can save a deck of cards. So if you're doing some sort of trading card game or something like that, extra functions that we can use there. So we've got our stack set up with a couple of cards in it. The next thing I'm going to do is add our destroy event. So when this object is destroyed, we clean up the memory since we're not using it anymore. Same sort of function. We're just going to use DS stack destroy, and the stack we're going to destroy is my stack. There we go. Now, the next thing we need to do is read some data from the stack. Now, this is a little more complicated. In our create event, I'm just going to say display text equals nothing. I'm just setting this so that we don't have any errors when we go to actually read data out. Then in our draw event, I'm just going to say draw text. This is going to be at 1010. I'm just going to say string, what did I call that? Display text. There we go. So I'm going to display that display text. You don't have to use string here. I've just put that there in case you're storing numbers in the stack for testing purposes. Now in our global left release, I'm going to add a code segment. I'm going to say pop a value from the stack. There we go. So we can say if not DS stack empty, which is going to tell us if the stack has any more cards left. If there's any more cards on our stack, then we're going to take one of those cards and display it. This is going to be my_stack. There we go. Otherwise, I'm going to say display text. Display text is going to say no more cards. There we go. Now, if there was cards in the stack, then we just need to say display text equals DS stack, and that's going to be pop, because we want to pop the top card off of the stack. So it's going to be my_stack. There we go. And essentially that's all we need to do to use a stack. This is quite a simple data structure. I just thought I'd make a video showing how to do all of these data structures. So now that when I left click on the screen, we should see the Queen of Hearts, 7 of Clubs, the 1 of hearts, and then finally no more cards left. And as I keep clicking, you see we don't get any errors because we did add the error handling in there to essentially say, was the stack empty? If we didn't check if the stack was empty, we'd most likely end up with an error as we tried to pop from a stack that didn't have any more items to pop from. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please don't forget to leave a like, also comment on the video, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.